Kathleen Kennedy has been far too focused on the Force is female to see that it's a losing strategy, that people simply want good entertainment, and it really doesn't matter what gender the main character is. And while their female-centric products have released and all been epic failures, it seems that the next one, Daisy Ridley's movie, might be on hold indefinitely. This is a Cosmic Book News article. It says it's once again rumored that the Star Wars movie set to star Daisy Ridley and be directed by Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy is facing major trouble. We have heard this a couple of times now, that they were going to have to delay it, that they were going to have to get new writers for it, that they weren't really sure exactly what direction to go in. Plus, Daisy Ridley has had a few smaller jobs lined up, but now that those are done, and by the way, she was still working for Disney, it looks like it's facing major trouble yet again, because this will be at least the fourth time it has been said the flick might not happen, and every single time somebody on this project has said, no, it's definitely happening, it's not going to be shelved, it's not going to be scrapped, we're going to go through with it. But it just looks like these problems are piling up. The most recent rumor comes from Daniel RPK, a well-known, I'd say relatively credible leaker. It was said that the new Jedi Order movie starring Daisy Ridley as Rey reportedly needs more work and is now on hold, and it is not expected to start filming until 2025. And if they continue to delay this and they continue to try to say, oh my gosh, we just need a little bit more time, I don't think that it's going to, again, go over well with the higher-ups at Disney. While, yes, the people at Lucasfilm, like Kathleen Kennedy, are gung-ho for the Force's female direction, ultimately, if you're going to delay a product by years and years and years, it eventually is going to hit the point where they're like, there's no way we're going to give you money because you didn't have confidence in it before, and we kept having to delay it for every small reason. And all of their recent products that are similar have been epic disasters, like the Acolyte, for example. I mean, it did so poorly that they scrapped a season 2 and they decided they weren't going to go ahead with it. And instead of just simply saying, oh yeah, it didn't meet our expectations, they sent the shills after critics, and all of the Disney Star Wars stans melted down and blamed racist, sexist people. And that's what the stars of this show were doing even before it had aired. They said, oh, we expect all of this kind of backlash, instead of just saying, yeah, I mean, clearly, this isn't going to be a project for everyone, and that's perfectly fine, and trying to say it in a respectful way, because nobody that is affiliated with Disney or Lucasfilm or even the stans of this company are respectful. They have no respectful bones in their body at all whatsoever. And it's just clear that the direction they have been taking Star Wars in has not been a good one, that they are not going to make any money this way. I mean, the Acolyte cost them $180 million, and the viewership data was abysmal. And now we're hearing that, this Star Wars Rey movie is also in a state of disaster. And to be fair, it's not like anybody wanted this, except for maybe a few feminists on social media. Nobody wants a new feminist Star Wars movie. I mean, the sequel trilogy was god-awful. I've said it before, I thought The Force Awakens was at least a decent start to a trilogy, but what they followed it up with was really freaking terrible. And it doesn't even look like they are going to be able to continue the sequel trilogy in the way they were hoping, which is basically just bringing back Daisy Ridley. I think initially they were really hoping that she was going to be a hit, that people were going to love her like a Princess Leia, which we could have seen when the trilogy started that was not going to happen, even though they really wanted it to be the case. But now, of course, it just seems like it's really in a state of development hell because they've had to seemingly delay it yet again. It's rumored to be on hold at this point. And as this article says, World of Real said that there were a lot of problems with the film and that the writer, Stephen Knight, was considering bailing on the project. And what is worth a mention is that Stephen Knight recently appeared at the Royal Television Society's London convention, and there was no mention of Star Wars. And if you are a writer, a producer, a director, somebody prominent on a film, especially one in a franchise as big as Star Wars, you would think that there would be some kind of mention. I know if I was a writer or a producer on Star Wars, I would definitely be talking about it, but none of these people are. They have been extremely silent. Daisy Ridley, Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy, and last year, of course, we had seen them at events together trying to hype up this movie and announce the movie, but there really hasn't been anything since, and there's been a lot of talk and a lot of rumors swirling about this, not actually releasing, not actually being made. And the fact that everyone is so silent on it really screams that it is not going to happen. And I can't say I'd be very sad about it. I do not like Daisy Ridley. I did not like the sequel trilogy. I do not like Kathleen Kennedy. I don't like the direction they're taking Star Wars in. Disney Star Wars sucks. I've said it a million times. I used to absolutely fucking love Star Wars, but Star Wars is in a state of disaster. And there's really nothing they could do at this point in time that would make me feel confident in this franchise again, that would make me absolutely love it, especially after something like The Acolyte releasing, proving yet again that they have not learned their lesson. And they're not listening to us and our feedback, so I'll be keeping my eye on this, but right now it seems that this movie is on hold and it may never release at all. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.